Hey everyone, it's Ryan from the Legendarium here to stir the pot a bit with my favorite wretched hive of scum and villainy, my fellow Star Wars fans. So, here we go. Disney is the best thing to happen to the Star Wars universe since the release of the original trilogy. Yes, I did just say that, and I can already hear the angry clicking of keys in the comments section, and I can feel the anger of those who are just hate watching this video.
I don't believe what I'm hearing.
But before you slam that enter key and start down a path I can't follow, let me add one more statement, okay? Disney is not the best thing that happened to the Skywalker saga. And that's the beginning of my point, really. You see, Star Wars and the Skywalker saga have been synonymous for most of our lives, because just about the entirety of Star Wars material revolved around the Skywalker family. And that's just not the case anymore. And honestly, that's probably going to lead to some really great things in the days to come. But it's also been a point of contention with a sequel series. But let's go back. When Disney bought Lucasfilm in 2012 for an insane amount, $4.05 billion, there were very mixed emotions running through both Disney and Star Wars fan bases. Listen, some people hated the purchase with the same fervor that kept Darth Maul alive in the junk pits of Lotho Minor.
Jedi!
Others, well, they were crying out with joy and celebrating. And others, there's always the fair dose of healthy skepticism from people.
We'll use the Force. That's not how the Force works. Oh, really? You're cold?
But 8 years after that purchase, we've had 5 feature films and a Disney Plus series. All those feelings, all those concerns, they've all been quelled, right? Right? Okay, not even close. The fan base is as divided as Darth Maul's torso from his legs. Well, here's the thing though. I think that there are a lot of positives to grab onto, but we need to take a page from Obi-Wan and look at things
from a certain point of view.
First of all, we have had more easily accessible Star Wars made in the last few years than at any point in the history of Star Wars. Again, 5 films, regardless of your take on them as good or bad. We've also got The Mandalorian. We finally got an end to the Clone Wars series, Rebels, Resistance, Forces of Destiny, Jedi Fallen Order, and that's just what you can watch. I haven't even touched on Galaxy's Edge and the incredible immersive environment they've built there. Not to mention, we're getting more and more expanded universe books all the time. So in just 8 years, the amount of Star Wars material has been staggering in comparison to the rest of the Star Wars timeline. Now, right now, there is absolutely a quality over quantity argument that can and should be made here. So let's take a look at where we have seen quality in the new Disney era of Star Wars. First off is the easy one, The Mandalorian, the linchpin to the launch of Disney Plus, and one of the best Star Wars stories told to date. It was beautifully shot, carried a cinematic feel for most of the first season, excellent characters, and just a great, exciting, and emotional adventure from beginning to end. Also, 15 Emmy nominations, including for Outstanding Drama. That's a big deal. A Star Wars masterpiece it is. What is it not? A Skywalker story. It's just a Star Wars universe story. Okay, let's jump a little bit to the final season of the Clone Wars animated series. Clone Wars didn't start with Disney, but Disney did a good job of closing it out. And they did it by adhering to a few key elements that made Clone Wars successful as it got further on into its run. Yes, Anakin and Obi-Wan play a large role in the series, but especially at the close, their roles are diminished, and we spend most of our time on the outer fringes of the Skywalker storyline, looking in from the perspective of our main characters, which have shifted to be more of the clones and ex-Padawan Ahsoka Tano, who is one of the best Star Wars characters ever. We also got just a taste of what's to come with the introduction of the Bad Batch clones at the beginning of this final series. Well, let's move from films into another new Star Wars universe piece is Batuu, Galaxy's Edge. It's an incredible, immersive experience built entirely around the Star Wars universe. While there are character elements from the Skywalker saga that exist on Batuu, the story itself doesn't revolve around a specific moment or part of the Skywalker saga. It's mainly an opportunity to actually engage with the world and the story elements that we've come to love, like the cantina, or building a lightsaber, or piloting the Falcon. Well, with interaction we had games. Jedi Fallen Order was a blast to play. It reminded me of the old Jedi Knight game series with Kyle Katarn. Its storyline revolves around a Padawan who survived Order 66 and a Jedi who left the path, and the two of them and their crew are searching for a holocron mentioned in the Clone Wars series that contains a list of Force-sensitive children. Now, you'll notice that when I've been talking about the more quality pieces, I haven't included right now the sequel trilogy, and that's not because I think that they're bad. In fact, each individual film on its own I thoroughly loved for a variety of reasons, but I struggle to make the argument that the general consensus is that they were great. We can get into a breakdown of them later in another video, but I will say that time has shown to be kind to Star Wars films. Even though the prequels are a hot mess, they have a following. Both Solo and Rogue One have been more kindly received later than when they were originally released. Wisely, I think Disney has put feature films on hold for a bit to better figure out how to execute them. We hope. I really do love the new Star Wars, but a cohesive story arc would have been really nice. So far, we have focused almost entirely on what has happened up to this point under our beloved Emperor Mouse's rule. So let's talk about the future. Let's take a look at the list. Our upcoming Star Wars universe list starts with The Mandalorian Season 2 coming at the end of 2020. Super excited for that. We also get a Cassian Andor live action series. If you enjoyed Rogue One and those characters, we've got more to explore there. We get to revisit Obi-Wan Kenobi in a live action series, and Ewan McGregor was the shining star of the prequels. I can't wait to have him back. There's talk of a female-led series, which we're still waiting for more news on. On top of that, we've already talked a little bit about the Bad Batch animated series. And when it comes to books, we're getting the High Republic era novels, a whole new timeline for Star Wars to explore. And then our films, we've got a Taika Waititi film coming, the Rian Johnson trilogy is still in the works, and eventually the series that Game of Thrones runners Weiss and Benioff were working on will probably be picked up by someone else. So the truth is, there's a lot of Star Wars still to come, and there's a lot to be excited about there. We're starting to see more and more of this material, though, that drifts further and further from the Skywalker storyline. Honestly, I think that is going to be key to the success of the future Star Wars. You have a full universe out there to explore, and you should explore that space, and other times as well, like what we're doing with the High Republic. Now, to me, it does feel really weird to be saying these things. Growing up, Star Wars was always Luke and Leia and Han and the Falcon and the Death Star and all those pieces. And then we got the prequels and all of their disastrous glory, and now we have a new era that hasn't exactly won the undying loyalty of the fan base for a myriad of reasons. But when you step back and view the Star Wars universe at a larger scale, I think there's a lot of space for hope and some incredible stuff yet to come. And I'm excited for what's to come. I think it's a great era to be a Star Wars fan. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some automatic doors to go use the Force on. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and follow the Legendarium podcast on your favorite social media. You can follow along with our latest book series reads through your favorite podcatcher, or revisit all the series we've done on our website, thelegendariumpodcast.com. You can also support the show on Patreon and join in the discussion on Reddit at thelegendarium.reddit.com or on our Discord server. Thanks again, and may the Force be with you.